So I'm feeling a little bit rubbish today, a little bit down in the dumps, a tiny bit delicate, but it is quite apt that I feel rubbish, and we're going to be talking about the most rubbish products that were released during 2024. So we're going to soldier on. This is only my opinion, by the way, before anybody gets offended or upset that maybe I'm mentioning their favourite product release of 2024. Please do not worry. If you love these products, that is absolutely fantastic. Not every product is going to suit everyone. I'm just talking about my experiences, how they look, how they wear, how they feel on my skin. And I'll go into the reasons why I don't like them, but maybe why somebody else might. So we're going to get straight on with it. If you are new, hello, welcome. My name's Gemma. I would love it if you'd subscribe, hit that like button and the notification bell. If you are a returning viewer, hello to you as well. Welcome back. First up, we've got the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint. This is a hydrating foundation stick, and to this day I am baffled why so many people absolutely love this and continue to buy it, because I don't think I could dislike this more. I really don't like this. Maybe it's just me. This may be a really unpopular opinion, but I have to put this in this video. This is everything I think a foundation stick shouldn't be. This doesn't last long on me. It slides off my skin. You can get a light coverage with this. You can also get a light medium coverage. Anything more you can't really get without this completely congealing on the skin. But I suppose if you're wanting more than a medium coverage, then you wouldn't be buying a skin tint stick. So I'm not knocking the product particularly for that. But this turns me into the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. This is so metallic. This is so much like a highlighter. And it's supposed to be a foundation, and that highlighting, that real radiance on the surface of the skin is what highlights everything I don't want highlighting. Those fine lines, wrinkles, pores, texture, just everything. This is just a shining light on all of those things. And because this doesn't last very long on me, it goes patchy throughout the day and just makes me look sweaty in general. This, I believe, is a red carpet product. This is for those people that want to look absolutely perfect for the space of about an hour. And then after that, it sort of all goes downhill. But that's my opinion. I would love to be educated. If you are one of those people that absolutely love this, I'd love to know. You're not wrong. You are definitely not wrong. Maybe I'm just not using it correctly. I don't know. But yeah, I really don't like this. Next up, we've got the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating CC Cream. I actually don't have this in my possession. I don't know what I've done with it. I really don't. I actually purged quite a lot of my products mid-year, and maybe it got culled by mistake before I'd done this video, but I wanted to mention it. I really don't like this. I really don't like this for many of the same reasons as I don't like the Charlotte Tilbury foundation stick, although it's not as super shiny as the Charlotte Tilbury foundation stick. It just doesn't last very long on my skin. Within a couple of hours, it looks really sweaty and patchy, and it's just starting to disintegrate on my skin. It's a little bit too hydrating, but it makes my dryness look more exaggerated, which is very, very strange. I don't like it at all. I absolutely love the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I think that is just supreme, really beautiful on my skin. So it's not e.l.f. products in general that I've not liked this year. In fact, they've had a lot of really lovely releases. This, not one of them. Not one of them at all. Here's where I save you a lot of money. Well, maybe I don't save it you, maybe I just point you in a different direction. If you were thinking about buying this, if you've not tried it yet, I urge you to think again. This is the Murad Multivitamin Clear Coat Broad Spectrum SPF 50. It's got a PA rating of ++++. I really wanted to like this. I bought this with my own money. This did not come in PR. It is very, very silicone-y. It is very oily to the touch. It is impossible to apply this without your skin feeling completely suffocated and overwhelmed with oily greasiness. And I waited about half an hour after applying the correct amount of this to my skin and just thought, I can't apply makeup over the top of this. I'm gonna have to take it off. It was just, you know, that warm feeling that certain products, certain really oily, heavy products give you that just makes your skin feel completely overwhelmed with suffocating heat. That's what this does to my skin. This does not sink into my skin. It doesn't really dry down. The only way of using this for me is if I use very, very little, and it's an SPF. So you have to use the recommended amount for it to have the SPF 50 that is on the bottle. So there is no point in using this if I can only use the tiniest little bit. I don't think I have despised an SPF as much in my life. And this is a pricey one. It cost me a lot. I thought I was going to get my wear out of it. I've used it twice. If you are thinking about buying a Murad SPF, highly recommend the Environmental Shield. This is the Correct and Protect Serum Broad Spectrum. It's got an SPF of 45. I took this away on holiday with me. It is superb. It sinks into the skin. It feels very nice. It's very lightweight. Love everything about it. This, not so much. I don't think I've mentioned this product yet on my channel. I think I tried it. I really didn't like it. It went straight in the naughty bin without me talking about it, so apologies there. This is the Max Factor Facefinity Multi-Perfector Concealer. I don't know where to start with this. It's just horrendous on my under eyes. This is actually not too bad on the skin on my face as long as there is not a hint of dryness there. So I can use this maybe on the tip of my nose or on the tip of my chin, but everywhere else on my face is a huge no-no. Secondly, the shade range of this, absolutely terrible. The shade underneath this is like Casper the Ghost. This one, which is 1N, is too deep for me. So even if it was the best concealer in the world, I still wouldn't be able to use it, or I'd have to mix two shades together, which really defeats the object of this being an affordable concealer, because buying two of these is pretty much the same as buying a high-end concealer. So yeah, that was that. This clings to every single little bit of dryness that I have under my eyes, and even if my under eyes aren't dry, this makes them look like they are dry after a couple of days using this. I don't like it. I don't like the consistency. I don't like how this blends out. This dries down really quite quickly and then it lifts on your fingertips, so it goes quite patchy underneath the eyes. The only way I can apply this is with a brush, and applying it with a brush and then not being able to take off the excess, it looks too heavy underneath my eyes. Applying it with a blending sponge, you get into all sorts of messes because it removes too much of the product, and then once again it looks patchy. So do I like anything about this product? It's got decent coverage if you can get it to not look patchy. The Maybelline Lifter Plump glosses were huge fails for me. I did not like these. I'm a huge fan of the original Lifter glosses. I think they are superb, really beautiful, nice pigmentation, beautiful shine, not too thick, not too sticky, that sort of thing. This, it's on another level for pain and discomfort. So I've tried lots of plumping lip glosses in my time. None of them, bar one, actually, and I can't remember the name of it. I bought it online somewhere and it was just like ridiculously painful. I was like, This one was sort of on par, maybe slightly below that. It wasn't so painful that I couldn't have it on my lips, but this pain, the tingling sensation on the surface of the lips, spread into my mouth and into my throat, and I had a really tight feeling in the back of my throat that made it really difficult to breathe. and that may have been an allergic reaction. But even if I hadn't had that reaction, the tingling and the burning from this was enough for me to say, why would anyone put themselves through this for the sake of having lips that look the tiniest bit bigger? And I mean a minuscule difference this makes. Any gloss is going to make your lips look plumper because that shine on the surface of the lip is going to reflect the light, making everything look bigger. You don't need this. You really don't. Just buy the original lifter glosses. They are beautiful. This, no. What are you doing? If you have been a regular to my channel for quite some time, you will have known that these were going to make an appearance in this video. These are the Dior Forever Natural Bronze Glow, and I was so convinced I was gonna love these. I bought them in 2 shades, and they weren't cheap. So, complete waste of my money. I bought these in pink bronze and coral bronze. Coral bronze because I thought it would be a beautiful shade for summer, and pink bronze because I thought my preference is more of a cool tone bronzer. I thought the pinkiness of this would be more on the cool toned side. I was wrong on both counts. So yeah, I've used these several times to try and get my wear out of them. Every single time I've used these, it's been a bad makeup day for me. Huge mistake. Huge. Now, I don't know if I'm right here, but both of these bronzers, when I swatched them without any of the coral or without any of the pink, they look the same shade, and it's the shade of the bronzer that looks really orangey on my skin tone. Now, my undertone is neutral, more dominant warm. So although I prefer more of a cool tone bronzer, I can actually take a warmer toned bronzer. It looks totally fine on my skin tone, even though my skin tone is really, really fair. These just looked so tangerine on me. I looked ridiculous. I actually mentioned this next blush in a previous video and the backlash was real. I mean, a lot of people love this product. I'm not one of them. I stand by it. You may absolutely adore this and get so much out of it. I am one of the only YouTubers that dislikes this product. There are very few people that speak negatively about this, so it may be me in the wrong, but you know, I can't help how I feel. These are the NYX Butter blushes. I cannot stand this blush. It's too pigmented in my view. The only way of applying this successfully is by applying a brush to the product and then dipping it on the back of your hand and dabbing every single last bit of excess off before you go in to the cheek. Even doing it that way, I think this looks patchy on me. I love a blush. I really love an affordable blush if they work. And this one, it's not smooth enough. This one in particular, and I do think they do matte ones and slightly more radiant ones. This, again, running theme in this video, is more like a highlighter on my skin. Also, it's too deep for me. Really, I should never have bought this shade, but on the website, it looked a lot lighter, which is why I ordered this one. I have since been into my local NYX and tried out several other shades. Really didn't like those either. So I think I'm on to a losing battle with this one. Again, if you love this, if you can make it work, that is absolutely fantastic. I want to make everybody aware that I seem to be in a camp all by myself here. I seem to be the only one that really doesn't like this, so you may love it. But before buying it, I would recommend you go and try it in your local Boots or Superdrug or wherever they stock it before you shell out your hard-earned money. Because although it's affordable, this is a complete waste for me. Another SPF is on the chopping block. This one is from Beauty Pie. It's the Luminous Mineral Skin Tint Broad Spectrum SPF 40 Sunscreen. So many things that I like about this. So I really like the fact that this is very lightweight on my skin on first application. I really like how this looks on my skin on first application. You get a slight tint, nothing major. You know, it's not going to look like makeup. It's not even going to look like a tinted moisturizer. It's just going to even out the skin and make your skin look like a better version of itself. So I didn't, when I was wearing this, exit the house feeling like I'd got a full face of makeup on, but I felt better in myself. I looked fresher. I looked, again, more awake and just, you know, a little bit happier in my own skin. So really love those aspects of it. However, it is a little bit of a challenge to apply the correct amount. Like a lot of SPFs, you can't apply this in one go. You have to apply this in layers to give each layer time to sink into the skin before you can move on to the next layer. And I was applying this in maybe 4, maybe even 5 stints. So it's a lengthy process. And usually when I'm wearing a product like this, I'm wanting to be really quick and out the door. I don't want it to take me a really long time. So that was a negative. The other negative for me, that as the day wore on, this felt heavier on my skin. It started to tighten a little bit and feel more waxy in general, and this didn't feel waxy on my skin when I first applied it. So I think this is a great product for short-term wear. Along with this feeling heavier and looking a little waxier, this started to go a little patchy on my skin and started to pill when I touched my face. I really wanted to like this. I really, really wanted to like this because I have a hole in my life that would fit a product like this in it so beautifully well. Unfortunately, this one isn't it. Next up, we've got the NYX Smooth Whip Matte Lip Creams. Lots of positives once again to say about these, but the overall effect, the overall wear for me was a negative, which is why it's featuring in this video. The major positive I will say is that these seriously remind me of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush lip blurs, which I equally didn't like, but they're still on sale for £28 a pop. These are way more affordable. So if you really love the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush lip blurs, you may want to give these ones a go. These do the same sort of job. It's a whipped consistency, it's matte in finish. But even though it goes on really smoothly and really quite lightweight on the lips when it first applies, once again, this starts to congeal on my lips and create a line separating the body of the lip from the inner body to the outer body. You know, that little bit on the edge, and you get a really quite crusty, congealed line that's slightly lighter in color, and you get it on the top and on the bottom. Usually it happens on the bottom for me, and sometimes I think maybe I'm dehydrated, maybe I've been licking my lips too much, but it always happens with these regardless, just as much as it always happens with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Lip Blur. Next up, we've got this weird and wacky contraption. Again, lots of people like this. Beatrice is one of them. She stole this from me. She saw it in the naughty bin and she said, that does not belong in the naughty bin. I'm going to use that. So she's been using this ever since. For me, I just can't get on with it. I think it's a little bit of a novelty type product. I don't know whether they've done this for shock value, but it doesn't work in any way for me whatsoever, and I get better results from other mascaras. This is the Refi Lash Sculpt Mascara, and it's in the shade black. For me, this just reminds me of some sort of torture device from A Clockwork Orange that I watched back in the day. It just fills me with dread. The prongs are so tiny. You do have to get this very close to your eye, and everybody's eye is shaped completely differently. So why they've assumed that everybody is going to get on with this, I've no idea why, but because you've got to get this so close to the eye, the chances of you poking yourself in the eye with this sharp bit on the end, it's quite a lot. On a scale of 1 to 10, 11 in my case. And yeah, if you are slightly hard of sight, please don't go near this product. Please don't. I mean, B gets on with this really well, and she ends up having a very natural lash look. They're all really separated, they're all really fluttery, just adds a hint of colour like her lashes have been tinted, a little bit of length, lifts everything up. I can't get this to work for me. I can't. It just frustrates me, and I get such better results from other mascaras that are far more affordable than this one, that yeah, I can't warrant spending this amount for something that's just gonna do me some damage. I mean, I'm gonna end up having no eyesight left with this because I've poked myself in the eye so often, and it's very difficult to get back in the tube. You have to really concentrate getting this back in, and maybe it's just my dexterity that is really not good. But yeah, you sort of always catch the lip, and I've almost broken this wand on numerous occasions, just trying to get it back in the jar. They don't make it easy for you at all, but I suppose Refi is a cult favourite, and people are going to buy it regardless. But yeah, I won't be buying this again. I will give this back to Beatrice, who will enjoy using it until it's gone, but I won't be rebuying this at all. So they are my worst products of 2024. It's brutal, isn't it? It's absolutely brutal. I tend not to like doing these videos because I just feel like you can't hold any punches when you're doing a video like this, but I do like to give you the positives as well as the negatives. Hopefully I wasn't too hard on all of these products, because I'm sure these are going to be some people's absolute favorite products and they will work for them. They just didn't work for me. If you are one of the people that these work for though, please get in touch with me in the comment section. Let me know what you love about these, how you use them, how they wear on your skin. I would absolutely love to know. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I am now going to go and get a throat sweet, curl up on the sofa with a blanket and watch a box set. I think that is where my evening is going. Please don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.